Okay, so the creator of Naruto has surprised everyone again, and definitely it seems as though this is going to be leading into the years of Naruto's massive and glorious return, because we got some massive updates between the creator of Naruto, Masashi Kishimoto, kind of surprising all of us with something recently, and also we got a major update regarding the Naruto live action film and what's going down in that realm, because it's a very big deal. But then there's also some really interesting stuff happening. For example, Shonen Jump is having a problem, but it's not necessarily a bad problem. It's actually a very good problem. Hunter x Hunter, with some spoilers, mind you, but definitely something major just shocked the entirety of Hunter x Hunter for something that has not been seen for, like, well, it seems as though it's been, what, over a decade or so since something like this has happened, and we're gonna talk about it. And things seemingly are so good in the world of manga right now that we got a massive return that is happening a lot sooner than people expected, and much more to talk about. So without further ado, let's jump into another exciting episode of Forever News. And before we continue, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you can get all notifications in the world of anime and manga. I got you covered. Subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Let's begin, shall we? Okay, people, so an ad here, but this is very much so something that I know most of you are going to be very excited about, because I got some Mythos TCG Naruto cards that were sent to me by Sickaboom. This is the newest Naruto official card game, and in case you don't know, Naruto has been, for the most part, one of the most important parts of this channel and most important parts of my story here on YouTube. You know, Naruto was one of the first things that really got me going as far as the success on this channel and things like that. Orochimaru, Sakura, let's go, Tsunade. Tsunade and Shikamaru are the participation promo cards, while Naruto is the winner card, and you get them by taking part in the official weekly in-store tournament. Players just need to go to Top Deck and look for the nearest participation store if they want to be involved. Ooh, that Sasuke card looks sick as well. Ah, yes, the plastic finally off. There we go. W1 collection, 130 cards plus 10 secret. Ooh, look at... Uh-oh. Oops. So yeah, this is all 24 packs. Hopefully I don't let them go from my hands this time. Look at the packaging on them. It got the classic look right here. Honestly, I kind of wouldn't mind sending some of these to you guys if you want to, I guess, try and win a free pack of the Mythos TCG Naruto cards. I don't know, let's do something like drop a comment or something, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think. My brain right now is, it's not braining. I don't know, type Eliza Thornberry in the comments, and I'll pick one of you guys and I'll ask you for your info, and we'll go from there or something. So yeah, type Eliza Thornberry in the comment section below. Let's see, we got Akamaru, okay, we got Gaara, let's go. Sakura, again, no more Sakura hate, we're done with that. Shizune, okay, that's Tsunade's helper. Manda, that's whatchamacallit, the snake. Of course, the third Hokage. Hiruzen, ooh, okay. Call for support, it's a number 1 and it's golden. It's Naruto and Shikamaru. Okay, alright, okay, alright. Whoa, this looks sick, look at that. Ah, Naruto Uzumaki, Fury of the Rasengan, kind of fire. Ooh, and another one. This is Raza, the 4th Kazekage. So I think this was Gaara's pops. These are the Naruto cards. Again, if you want to win one, type Eliza Thornberry in the comment section below, and I'll ask for your email address. I'll pick one person. Yeah, shout outs to the Naruto, again, Mythos TCG Konohashido. These cards is awesome, and shout outs to Sickaboom for sending me these things and doing this sponsorship with me. Support this game. Naruto card game. Finally got one. I'm hyped. And yes, people, the creator of Naruto has recently surprised everyone in the world of anime and manga. Of course, in case you missed it, we had a very big recent news that the creator of Naruto was heavily involved in what is now being basically produced. It's in pre-production at this particular point, the Naruto live action film, something that was greenlit a long time ago, but seemingly now they're making things happen. And one of the best things possible is the fact that the original creator, Masashi Kishimoto, is going to be involved in this thing. So as far as like people's concerns, they should be somewhat, a little bit more at the very least, alleviated, because if you got the original vision involved, then things should ideally go a lot better off than just having, you know, some random studio taking control of things. But it seems as though Masashi Kishimoto is making rounds, and not only just, of course, this side of things, but even more so, he's making his presence known, because we got a big surprise from him that I was just kind of like, okay, it makes a lot of sense. Because in case you don't know, one of the people that is, a part of the Naruto live action, the director, so to speak, is a guy named Dustin Daniel Cretton, or Cretton, my bad if I'm mispronouncing the name. And this person is one of the main people involved in the new Spider-Man Brand New Day film, so it was a very big deal to see that, of course, he was standing beside Masashi Kishimoto, and they were working together to make this thing happen for the Naruto live action. So it seems as though, a favor for a favor, so to speak, or just in general, a little bit of a reflection of, hey, he's coming into this world. So Masashi Kishimoto surprised everyone and went to that side of things, and was recently seen giving a little bit of his own insight and essentially kind of talking about Spider-Man in an interview, just in general, some of his thoughts on Spider-Man and his favorites and all of that stuff. So yeah, let's take a look. Masashi Kishimoto praises Amazing Spider-Man 2 in new Disney doc. In Disney Plus's recent documentary Generations: The Evolution of Spider-Man, Kishimoto shares how the web slinger influenced his storytelling, including Naruto. During a Rare Tokyo interview, he highlights Garfield's portrayal as carrying the heaviest great responsibility and expresses admiration for director Dustin Daniel Cretton now adapting Naruto live action. And Lionsgate launched a global casting call, which we'll get into those details in a second. And yeah, honestly, this was very good timing, great cross promo at the same time, because of course we got the brand new Spider-Man movie that is incoming. So Kishimoto kind of going into that world, it helps to promote, it gets people more excited. Him talking about, of course, the previous Spider-Mans and the previous people that played the character or whatnot, it's only just beneficial for the whole thing. And at the end of the day, we've had some great Spider-Man, of course, Tobey, legendary, iconic. Then of course Andrew Garfield, he did an incredible job as well. And then now of course Tom Holland, and just Kishimoto giving a rare appearance, because let's be real here, Kishimoto exists in his own world for the most part. So for him to step outside of things and to be present in other worlds or in other avenues or whatnot, it's a very big deal. And I'm pretty sure most people were very surprised and shocked to see, like, oh hey, the GOAT is talking about something else, what's happening there? But then onward to something else that surprised everybody, because they put out a casting call, which you would think if they were already in pre-production of this Naruto live action that they would have for the most part pinpointed on who's going to play what role as far as the characters in this Naruto live action. But it seems as though maybe they already have potentially a really solid script, and that's why Kishimoto is standing by it. But now they need to pick the actors, because again, there's this casting call that came out, and well, let's read the details, because for the most part these casting details, I believe, are for the main three trio of Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. And it does feel like at the very least they're not going a typical route for this thing, because again, when you think of Naruto, for the most part, you kind of, well, gotta imagine, you gotta look at it like, okay, well, Naruto is a blonde ninja, like maybe they're just gonna go straight up, for like some straight up white actors. But it seems as though that might not be the case. Casting call: UPS Casting, Japanese casting director Yoko Narahashi, is looking for teen boys to play the role of Naruto in the upcoming live-action English language feature film adaptation of Naruto, a popular Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Masashi Kishimoto. The film will be, of course, directed by Dustin Daniel Cretton, and this is for Lionsgate. And here's what they're asking for, what they're looking for as far as for actors. Male 16 to 20 to play a 16-year-old. So basically, it seems as though they're going to have Naruto be 16 in this film. Mixed race, Asian, lean athletic physique. He is expressive and energetic, incredibly impulsive, talks too much, laughs at weird moments. Yo, that's one heck of a way to describe this character, but yeah, that kind of fits it. And doesn't care who hears him, but you'll never meet anyone with a bigger heart. He has a strong sense of righteousness and a mouth that gets him in trouble. Underneath the attitude is a kid who's felt out of place his whole life, and the secrets of his past are a source of deep pain, but they drive Naruto to adapt and keep forging ahead to claim his place in the world. Experience in martial arts, dance movement, gymnastics, or parkour is a plus. Must speak English fluently, any accent okay. Very much so interesting again though that they're saying they're looking for mixed race Asians. So maybe, and my bad if this is culturally inappropriate to say, but they're looking for what some might call a Wasian, I'm guessing. And again, it seems as though they're not gonna go a crazy route of like having the characters be 20-something-year-olds. At the very least, whatever actor they're getting, they're making sure that, from what it says, to play 16. So it seems as though while ultimately Naruto, I think he's like 12 or so in the beginning of the story, they're not going too far off. But again, if this thing becomes a continuing thing, they'd probably be better off to cast somebody that is somewhere closer to that age, because, you know, by the third movie, by the fourth movie, if they go to Naruto Shippuden films, however which way this thing goes, depending on how successful it is, obviously the actors are going to age. And, you know, the whole Harry Potter scenario, I feel like the Harry Potter live action, for all the criticism that people have had of it or whatnot, the one that's coming now, I think one of the best things, even the OG Harry Potter thing that they did, was getting younger actors to play these roles, because again, as time goes on, human beings, you know, they get older or whatnot, and, you know, trying to play, let's just say, by the time, you know, a fourth movie, possibly, if it's successful, comes out, how would that work with an actor, you know, being aged up? So this is going to definitely be something interesting. But yeah, that's what they're looking for Naruto, and they got all the details right there if you want to be considered. They got an email there, and the deadline for this thing is July 22nd, 4 p.m. Japan time. And it also gives us some insight right here. Commitment will start from January to August 2027 if cast, paid opportunity, no acting experience is required. So possibly filming for this thing is going to begin from January all the way through August of next year. So this Naruto live action, when it does release, is probably not going to come out like as soon as people think. It'll probably be late 2027, but possibly more so early or somewhere in 2028, because if they're filming from January to August, by the time it takes to put this thing together, get a marketing plan together or whatnot, this is looking at probably more so closer to 2028 when this thing comes out, which again, all the more adds to like, yo dog, they gotta make sure that these actors are able to play the roles if there are sequels involved. Then they got the casting for Sasuke, again, it's 16 to 20 to play 16, so seems as though they're very adamant at sticking with that age, so they're not gonna go exactly one-to-one. This film already is telling you that it's not going to be exactly like how Naruto was, you know, his age or whatnot. They're going in a little bit of an older route, which isn't necessarily that bad. For Sasuke, again, though, they're looking for a similar thing, Asian or mixed race Asian, so they're leaning more towards, because with Naruto, they were looking for Asian mix. This one is Asian or mixed race, so Sasuke could end up just being played by a full-on Asian actor. Okay, he is intelligent but distant and a star ninja. His competitive drive can make him come off like a jerk, and his silence or bluntness makes him intimidating to others. The trauma of losing his family when he was young made him grow up faster than his peers. Experience in martial arts, dance movement, gymnastics, or parkour is a plus. Must speak English, any accent okay. And then here comes Sakura. This one is gonna be very much so vital. Honestly, I want to say again, I really hope that the portrayal of Sakura is done to a better liking to the audience. People have had their fair share of criticisms and dislike for Sakura and Naruto. Hopefully they do a better job, and I think that they will. There's no way Masashi Kishimoto, as you know, being one of the leads on this thing, hasn't reflected and said, like, because I think he's even in interviews said that, you know, he wasn't the greatest in those times at writing those type of characters. I'm sure he's grown since then, and now is probably going to try and make sure that Sakura is perceived better. For her, once again, 16 to 20 to play 16, Asian or mixed race Asian, athletic, toned physique, strong-willed and ambitious. She carries herself with elegance and authority. Though often perceived as a privileged rich girl, she longs for the respect of those she cares about. Her sharp mind and attention to detail makes her a natural leader, while her polished, high-achieving persona conceals deep insecurities. Experience in martial arts, dance movement, gymnastics, or parkour is a plus. Must speak English, any accent okay. And again, yeah, it seems as though they're going full speed ahead with this thing, and also I'm very curious how you guys are going to feel about this thing. For starters, it seems as though, again, the main trio are all going to be roughly around like age at 16, which I want to say that's the age that Naruto is like in the beginnings of Shippuden or somewhere through Shippuden. I know there's a birthday towards like the end of the Ninja War or whatnot. So how you feel about the characters starting off slightly older than they were in part 1 of the source material, the manga and anime, and your thoughts on the casting as far as the race that they're going with. Sasuke, for the most part, I think already people were kind of saying like, yo, he'll probably be played by an Asian actor. So honestly, that's not bad. Honestly, any of it ain't bad, because at the end of the day, this comes from Japan. So whatever they decide to do, if they want to go more with Asian actors, I'm fine with that. And your whole expectations for this thing, again, it's going to start filming next year, beginning of next year, all the way through August, seemingly from, you know, this casting sheet. So expect this film earliest at late 27, but more than likely 2028. And also, here's a little bit of tidbit on this thing as well. For those who don't know, Kishimoto made made an interview with Avi Arad, a producer, in 2014, and Arad was supposed to produce the Naruto live action movie back in 2015. It's no surprise to see Kishimoto in a Spider-Man documentary in 2026. So yeah, this was again a long time in the making. It seems as though some production staff has changed through time, which it makes sense. It's been a long time since this film, you know, had began even talks or whatnot. But yeah, I'm very much so optimistic for this thing. Yeah, nobody asked for this thing per se, but if they can make it happen, this will be a game changer for the world of anime and manga. This could literally be the start of live action anime to, you know, live action films actually being perceived great, getting more of them, which will lead to more anime and manga and more of the stuff that we, you know, love and whatnot. Moving forward, Shonen Jump is having what some might argue a very good problem. Maybe some might say it's not necessarily the greatest problem, because there's a problem in and of itself, and that's the fact that the latest issue of Weekly Shonen Jump, issue number 33, has recently been selling so massively because of something that Shonen Jump did, a collaboration. Well, it's their own product or whatnot, but essentially it's just been outrageous to the point where people can't even find that issue of Weekly Shonen Jump. Some people that have been collecting it for the last like 10-20 years can't even find a copy. Let's read. Millions of readers unable to buy Weekly Shonen Jump as it completely sold out in Japan. Japanese manga readers report that they were unable to find the latest issue in stores where Blue Box ended, with the loyal reader of 35 years claiming they failed to find it for sale. This is due to the One Piece card game promo card inclusion in the issue. Many resellers have bought it for collection. Shueisha printed an additional 500,000. However, that didn't help at all. Many stores have kept only one copy for readers to stay on a line and read the issue. And again, it's not the greatest problem, because a lot of these books are being sold because of, you know, quote unquote scalpers or whatnot, but at the end of the day, it is increasing, you know, Shonen Jump's revenue, and this is probably giving them ideas. And overall, this is a massive lesson on business in general. Just quickly again, Weekly Shonen Jump number 33 has caused a new scalper outage in Japan, selling out bookstores due to the included One Piece card game. Despite the magazine's increased print run and the availability of the card to all digital subscribers, no measure has proven enough. Bookstore clerks and readers have voiced their concerns over the situation being frightening with this kind of scalper targeting, leaving them unable to sell and purchase the magazine for actual reading purposes. Many users of social media have once again reported magazines being disposed of in the middle of the street, similar to what happened a few weeks ago with Natsukomi 2026 cards. Many mangaka have also complained about this situation online. And yeah, literally, like, people are going just so that they could get that card that they particularly want, the card that they're looking for, and then they're not even really getting, you know, heavy invested into the magazines. They're just disposing of the magazines, so to speak. And I will say that that's the problematic aspect. Like, it's great, like, if, you know, Shonen Jump, they usually do like a milli a release, they probably, you could say, did 1.5, right, with 500,000 extra. So that is massive. That is probably going to be one of the biggest print runs in a long time. At the end of the day, you don't just go for like the card that you're looking for. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, like, that's some scalper behavior, and the Pokemon world has seen that for some time now, and it's gotten ridiculous. And on another side of things, it is a very wise, and this should give people an insight into supply and demand. If there is a demand for something, people are going to run out and get it. So you got to make sure that whatever product that you're putting out, whatever you're releasing, whatever you're doing, make sure that there's something in there that is really driving the demand to make people actually want to go and get whatever it is that you're selling. Obviously, again, with this situation is this massively rare One Piece card that people are thinking is going to be, you know, worth $1 trillion in 20 years. So they're putting that in there, and it sold a lot. Again, the problem is that they ideally want to get more people to become fans of the magazine, not just buy the magazine. Like, they're investing in people being, you know, 10-20 year fans of this thing. They want people to actually really believe in Shonen Jump and become fans of the magazine, not just come for the card. So you got to find a great balance of giving a product or including a product within things that people want, but also make sure that the people that come to get it are invested enough to not just want that one particular product, but also having a massive amount of interest and, you know, making more revenue ain't necessarily a bad problem either. I'm gonna just say that. As long as, you know, you're on the up and up with stuff, then I'm not gonna say that that's a bad problem per se. Although scalpers, y'all bugging, you know what I'm saying? Invest in the actual, you know what I'm saying? Now, this next story, I will fully understand if you're not caught up and you don't want to be spoiled, then so be it. For Hunter x Hunter, this is your warning. I am talking about one spoiler from the upcoming chapter of Hunter x Hunter. This person right here, yeah, reading Hunter x Hunter and loving it is just like a treat that I give myself. I've been trying to do it most nights, to be honest with you, because I'm just really fascinated by it. But as reading one question that if you've been watching any of the shorts that's been released or whatnot, I was like, yo, who's the main character of Hunter x Hunter, right? Like, at the end of the day, if you've been reading and following this thing, it's been really pointing towards, nah, Kurapika is the main character, that's it. You know, the blonde with the special eyes is running things, no ifs, ands, or buts. And Togashi clearly had that thought in mind as well, bro, people are looking at this thing as like, who's the main character, and decided to make sure to remind y'all. He was like, in time, I'll remind you. Nah, on some real, like, this spoiler for the next chapter of Hunter x Hunter is just, oh, because in Hunter x Hunter chapter 414, the last page of the chapter, Kurapika is talking, I believe, with some of the guards or some of the people that is, of course, in this whole succession arc with the princes and the bodyguards and all that stuff. And he says, I have friends whom I trust more than myself. If it is them, they will protect the prince without a doubt. Because again, right now, Kurapika's mission and job is to protect a prince in this massive assassination game where, like, all of these princes are trying to basically, you know, they gotta survive and take out all of their siblings in order to be the successor to the throne of the king of this whole thing. And as Kurapika is saying that, we get panels of Gon, which it looks like he's at home, and we got Kirawa, which it looks like he's doing what, you know, he's always set out to do with friends and his sibling or whatnot. So massive spoiler, but also this is just incredible, bro. Do you know how long it's been since we've gotten this thing? Like, yo, since this has happened, I want to say Gon hasn't been even in the series, like, technically, probably been mentioned, and of course he's around there and all of that stuff, but he hasn't really been a prominent focus in this thing since he met his father. Like, the whole world of Hunter x Hunter, him meeting his father, and it was kind of like, all right, he's here, but, you know, he accomplished his goal. And then Kirawa, same thing of, like, you know, he reached his goal, he got friends, all of this stuff, and they left it at that as well. But it looks like Togashi was like, enough is enough. Let me remind y'all, the main character is not just Kurapika. There is a mix of main characters, and I can do whatever the heck I want when I want. And Gon and Kirawa seem to be returning to the manga of Hunter x Hunter. It looks like they're going to be playing a prominent role. It seems as though Kurapika is going to be seeking them out to have them a part of things to help guard the prince. And again, for those that don't know, this is insanely major. These characters haven't been seen in the pages of Hunter x Hunter, in particular Gon, for over, if it feels like a decade or so. Stuff like this, stuff like the spoilers we got from Boruto recently, is another reminder that manga is on the rise. It seems as though it's one of the best times right now to get back into manga. Like, anime and manga, and anime in particular, has been on the rise for so long. So many great things. It seems like the authors are finally coming back in, stepping back in and saying, we need to remind y'all that it all starts with the manga. The source material is where it starts, and the support and focus needs to go back to that, because these mangaka have just been cooking. And speaking of mangaka cooking, it looks like the manga industry and the manga right now is so freaking exciting that one author couldn't stay away for long. The author that recently went on break from KAGURABACHI is returning, and a lot sooner than people thought. There was actually a leak that happened not that long ago that gave people insight, like, okay, we thought it was going to be somewhere mid to late August. Apparently it's not even going to be August. KAGURABACHI returns early to Weekly Shonen Jump next week. KAGURABACHI resumes in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 35 July 27th, ahead of the planned August schedule. The hiatus began in late June when Shueisha urged the young creator to rest for health following earlier illnesses. Fans shared excitement with memes and cheers like, let's go, alongside concerns such as, Hokazono, go back to sleep, you need more rest. No, enough with the rest already. He got his rest, he wants to come back. I really don't like that when people be on other people's behalf saying like, yo, you need to go to sleep, you need rest. Like, yo, if the author feels they're ready and they already had some rest, let them be. The series tracking swordsman Chihiro avenging his father over stolen enchanted blades has held strong popularity through gritty action and top poll rankings. And yeah, this is great news. Again, I'm going to repeat what we've been saying recently. Manga is on the rise, baby. Hunter x Hunter has great stuff happening. Boruto has great stuff happening. The original creator of Naruto is doing things and popping back out from behind the scenes. And now KAGURABACHI returning earlier than sooner. You couldn't keep a GOAT. You couldn't keep one of the greatest. The Big K, the lovely, amazing, beautiful, everything. Big K is coming back, and we can't wait. And last story of this episode, Senpai of the Seven Wonders and Iron Man Kun, a new one-shot by Yuki KawaGucci, will be present in issue number 35, basically the issue that KAGURABACHI comes back. KawaGucci is returning. If you don't know about KawaGucci, that's the author of the Hunters Guild Red Hood, and I just wanted to point that out because I've always felt like ever since Red Hood, yeah, this author is very talented and deserves a big win, so let's see what this thing is. Actually might check this one out, just saying. But that's all I have for this one. I'm I'm Tim. As always, people, have an awesome day. Peace, and you guys just watch another episode of Forever News. Have an awesome day.